Good morning, children. This is BSR, New Vision Faculty, Social Studies. We are in 16th lesson, uh, the election process in India. Subtopic is need for electoral reforms. Need for electoral reforms. In the last video, we discussed various aspects like VVPAT, NOTA, general election, by-election, certain things we discussed in the last video. In this video, we will try to get to clarity regarding need for electoral reforms. Need for electoral reforms. I think it's very difficult to understand. You are, even though you are in 10th class, certain areas you cannot write answer. But some of the students still not looking into videos. But when it comes to writing or any test, then definitely you will face problems. But in my videos, if you are going through the videos, you will get complete picture regarding various subtopics. Anyhow, those who are going, they will get clarity, and definitely they'll write whatever answer I am asking, whatever question I am asking. But certain people, certain students, even they're not looking into the video. That's their problem. Okay, we will not repeat these areas. Then look at that. Need for electoral reforms. ఎన్నికల్లో సంస్కరణలు తీసుకురావాలన్న క్వశ్చన్ ఏమనంటే నీడ్ ఫర్ ఎలక్టోరల్ రిఫార్మ్స్ ఇన్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్షన్ ఆర్ వైల్ కండక్టింగ్ ఎలక్షన్స్ is there any difficulty, is there any malpractices, is there any problem, is there any drawbacks or demerits in democratic process, or particularly during elections are there any illegal practices? If these practices are there, then what kind of reforms వర్డ్ ఏముందంటే ఏవైనా కొత్త విషయాలు కొత్తవి తీసుకురావాలన్నా ఎన్నికలు జరిగే ప్రాసెస్లో మనం కొన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కొన్ని సమస్యలు మాల్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ ఎదుర్కొన్నాం. వీఆర్ ఫేసింగ్ సర్టన్ మాల్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ వైల్ కండక్టింగ్ ఎలక్షన్స్. సో అండ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఇండియా, జస్ట్ లుక్ ఎట్ ఇండియా. India is the most populous country, right? Second most populous country in the world. Democratic, among the democratic nations, most populous nation. Yes, this point is to be taken. Most populous nation among the democratic nations. Just China is not democratic nation, right? They are following their own communist system while in the operating government. But India is most populous, and in democratic countries, most populous country and largest country in terms of voters. But here, since 1952, Indian government and Indian people committed to conduct democracy, committed to follow democracy, committed to operate democracy well. So that's why since 1952 we have been conducting elections without any fear or anything. It's really a big task. Conducting election in India is a big task because it's not a small country having a very less population. It's a country with more than 130 crore people. But talking about voters, around 85 to 90 crore voters are there. 90 crore voters casting their vote or giving a particular schedule or time or a period for election, it's very, very difficult. But anyhow, election commission, an independent body, autonomous body, has been working, and there are chief election commissioners like T.N. Session. There are officials, chief election commissioners working on that particular task and successfully conducting elections. But in this process, we can look into. There are people who are criticizing the way how elections are being held in India. Indian election process in India is some of the people, I said, most of the people saying that okay, elections are being held nicely and we are operating democracy without any fail. Just look at that Pakistan, look at that Nepal, look at that Sri Lanka, look at that Myanmar, look at that Bangladesh, neighboring countries, and some other countries they failed number of times in operating democratic system and its process. But in India, talking about India, it's a strong nation and strong people and strongly committed to democracy and working on it, and really a successful democratic process going on. But but certain illegal practices you can find in the election process in India. These illegal practices or malpractices are creating problem to the democracy. So, what are the illegal practices? How they are being followed? I think you come across, but once look at that illegal practice like giving liquor or giving tools during the election or giving money during the election or manipulating the voters based on caste, religion, region. Some of the people always speaking regarding region. Our region is backward and we need to cast our vote only our region people. Religion, region, caste, or what of that these things should not bring into the politics. But unfortunately, voters are divided in based on caste polarization, religion polarization, a process unfortunately going on in India. This is a unfortunate. See, these kind of things should not be there. But unfortunately, there are people even contesting in the elections, standing in the elections based on their caste because see they'll see that how many voters are there from their caste. Caste is a major problem, and religion is major problem. Religion is a major problem, or giving liquor is a major problem, or money giving money is crores of rupees. Even a small sarpanch spending around 25 to 30 lakhs, even 40 lakhs for only the post of sarpanch in a village. This is the way. This is not the way to manipulate the people. Whatever the area, whatever the method, when you are manipulating the voters, definitely democratic process will be in danger. So that's why we need to bring certain reforms. Then we are here. We are facing one question: what kind of reforms that you are suggesting to make Indian electoral process without any corruption? Such questions you are facing. So to write answer for these questions, yeah, India is a country with many attempts regarding democracy, many illegal practices going on, but we need to avoid these practices. Then only democratically India will be strong and election process will be strong. Since people who are see working on that particular area, even the politician cannot follow anything, cannot deviate from this, so that we can operate democracy without any problem. So in this process, we need to bring certain reforms. First point is parties which are violating the electoral principles are to be banned. దిస్ పాయింట్ ఈస్ టు బి ఏ పార్టీ అయితే ఎలక్టరల్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ని వైలేట్ చేస్తుందో ఎన్నికలు జరిగేటప్పుడు పాటించవలసినటువంటి కోడ్ ఆఫ్ కండక్ట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ దట్ కోడ్ ఆఫ్ కండక్ట్ దట్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఫర్ ది రూలింగ్ పార్టీ అండ్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ ఆల్ పార్టీస్ every party, ruling party or the opposition party, whatever that, they should follow certain rules and regulations. This point is to be taken. They should follow certain rules and regulations. Whatever the rules and regulations are code of conduct given by election commission, that is to be followed by parties. If these parties are violating rules and regulations, such parties are to be banned. First point. Second point, there should be no influence of any party on election commission. Last time I told very clearly, election commission, it is really meant for conducting elections. They have been conducting elections well, but there are parties trying to influence election commission. So such attempt should not be made. Any part should not be made by any party. So if any party is trying to influence election commission, such parties are to be banned. Such parties and their recognition should be removed. And coming to the election commission, should be, that's very very important. Election commission should be more independent. Election commission should be more independent. So it's already autonomous body, a body which is working on it and nicely conducting elections and making India a strong nation and democratic nation. What are the parties following illegal practices? Do you know certain parties for using religious symbols? There are parties using religious symbols, my dear. So there are parties giving liquor, money and tools and TVs and ornaments and saris, and there are such parties. No, election commission officials are being taking steps on that and taking action, but more and more action, more and more what you call this punishment that is to be given to these parties. Then fourth one, ruling parties should not influence the officials during the election, during the polling. అధికారంలో ఉన్న పార్టీ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎన్నికలు జరిగితే అధికారం ఉన్న పార్టీ వాళ్ళు అక్కడున్న అఫీషియల్స్ని మ్యానిపులేట్ చేస్తారు. అలా చేయకుండా చూడాలి. ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్ షుడ్ నాట్ గివ్ ఎనీ should always check the officials whether they are following the rules and regulations of the election commission or not. There are certain officials, even they are corrupt, so that these people simply following the ruling party and its ideas. No, that should not be there. Corruption should not be there. Who are there corrupted officials are there, are to be removed. Such action is to be taken by the election commission. See the officials who are responsible, who are transparent, such people are to be appointed. Then only the system will be nice. Then only election process will be nice and polling system will be nice. They'll conduct polling well. And the fifth one, contesting candidates who are punished for 2 years by any court must be barred from the elections. ఎవరైతే 2 సంవత్సరాల కంటే ఎక్కువ పనిష్మెంట్ అంటే పనిష్మెంట్ పడదో, జడ్జిమెంట్లు ఎక్కడైనా కోర్టు, ఏ కోర్టు అయినా పనిష్మెంట్ ఇస్తే ఆ కోర్టు ఇచ్చిన పనిష్మెంట్ ఇచ్చినట్లయితే అలాంటి వ్యక్తుల్ని ఎన్నికలు నిలబడకుండా చేయాలి. అండ్ షుడ్ నాట్ అలౌ ది కాంటెస్టింగ్ క్యాండిడేట్ షుడ్ నాట్ అలౌ టు కాంటెస్ట్ ఇన్ ద ఎలక్షన్. But unfortunately, India is a country where large number of the goondas and rowdies, factionists are being elected as MLAs, MPs. This is unfortunate because even voters must be vigilant. They should look into their really duty. It's not simply going and casting their vote without understanding about the person and his background. We must understand about the background of the person and contesting candidate. Then definitely best it will be useful for that. So as long as voters are blind and they are not understanding about the way how the candidates are coming, that will be a big drawback to the democracy. That's why we must be active, must be alert and choose nice representatives. Then only election process will be nice. Even though rowdies and gundas, because of their muscle power or money power, they'll come into politics and they'll contest in the election. But voters, what you are doing that, we must look into this matter. We must see the people who are transparent, who are accountable, who are having a particular plan and vision regarding the nation and regarding the region. Such people are to be elected. But unfortunately, even most of the voters are being influenced by liquor, influenced by money, influenced by many aspects. This is not the way. We must educate them. Those who are educated should come out and educate the people, voters, and then they can cast their vote. Choosing a nice leader, that is the major activity of voter. Simply not casting their vote. There are certain things we need to follow. Money that is being spending during the election must be స్పెంట్ బై ది గవర్నమెంట్ బట్ నాట్ బై ది క్యాండిడేట్. ఇప్పుడు ఏదైతే ఎన్నికల్లో పర్టికులర్ ఒక పర్మిటెడ్ అమౌంట్ ఉంటుంది. ఇంతవరకు ఎమ్మెల్యే కాన్స్టిట్యున్సీ కానీ ఎంపీ కాన్స్టిట్యున్సీ కానీ ఇంతవరకు అమౌంట్ పెట్టాలి. అసలు ఆ అమౌంట్ మొత్తం గవర్నమెంటే పెట్టాలి. క్యాండిడేట్స్ ఏమీ అమౌంట్ పెట్టకుండా చేయాలి. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే మోర్ దాన్ పర్మిటెడ్ అమౌంట్ దే ఆర్ స్పెండింగ్. That's not the way to spend money, because they are spending money and illegally they are spending. They are not giving that information how much they are spending money in their constituency. More than that, what the crores of rupees they are spending and became MLAs, and then later they start doing taking money from the public funds, right? Now, this is the way how we need to eradicate corruption. But election commission and this commission should not be influenced by any person, and people must be active, and officials also should not be corrupt, and everybody should commit to conduct democracy well. It's not only by the parties, not only by the election commission. It should be from everybody, from the voters, from the officials, from the parties, from the even election commission. Everybody should work on it, and there should be no place for the corruption and all. Then only we can conduct democracy well. This is the last subtopic in the lesson. We'll take another lesson. Thank you.